I'm going to call this one the power of difference. This is number 3. And I talked about the costs of every talent we have in the previous number 2. Every talent, every wonderfulness we achieve, every optimum we go for and get has a cost. We focus this way means we don't focus on 500 other things. That's the cost. And we forget we pay that cost. We forget that this wonderfulness is a focus. How much and how long and how hard we focused. We forget in fact, we didn't notice what we were ignoring along the way for the most part. So we missed more than we realized. And we missed some stuff that we do realize, but we missed more that we didn't realize. That's the cost of every talent, the cost of every optimum, the cost of every wonderfulness that humans achieve. And it's a key insight for getting power and productivity that others lack. Now, there's a related insight here, which is the power of difference. I was in Japan, and I went to Japan to study quality because it was defeating 11 or 12 American industries worldwide. It had power. It was working. I wanted to know how to be better than the Japanese, so I went there to learn their strengths. And I went to Matsushita Electric because they had recently won the Deming Prize and were a leader in quality in Japan. And so I learned how they won the Deming Prize and what their quality capabilities and approaches were. And then I joined another company, Sekisui Chemical, that was applying for the Deming Prize, and I participated in the team that managed that. And I even made a contribution of software circles to that team that was mentioned in the award that they won when they won the Deming Prize. So that was 6 years of work. At the end of that, I came back to America. And after some graduate study at the University of Michigan, which was unrelated to this, I got into some American companies. And General Motors was poor, slow, expensive, and timid at delivering high technologies to their workforce. And it was pretty obvious that if you entrusted this role of distributing new technologies to PhDs, then they were going to be slow and make very elite, very complicated versions of everything that scared the heck out of local divisional managers who didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole because it was so slow, so expensive, so complicated. And so General Motors had a system perfectly designed to delay and prevent the spread of new technologies throughout their company. And not only that, but they had managers who actively fought and used sneaky power corporate headquarters type politics to make sure there was not a fast, effective way to deliver new technology. So but there was a huge effort in General Motors at the time I was there on matching Japanese quality. And they wanted all kinds of circles, this kind of circle, that kind of circle. And so I just naturally took the two things in my background, the quality circle experience I had in Japan and the software, high technology, artificial intelligence software, new technology that GM wanted to distribute but was failing to distribute. And I took the statistics out of Japanese quality circles and I replaced it with advanced American software tools and created artificial intelligence circles where work groups all over Xerox and GM would model the knowledge, the expert knowledge used to make key decisions and designs in their area. And then we get some expert programmers to come in for 2 weeks, twice a year, turn those knowledge models into working code, which then the local employees would then correct and edit. And then bingo, 18 months later, you had expert systems all over the company that captured knowledge in a usable software form that everybody could use, making everybody smarter. Hundreds of people could use it and be smarter. So that was judged very creative. The Information Management Society awarded a prize to that research. That was considered very creative. Artificial intelligence circles. I did it. And you see, I didn't do anything creative from my framework. I had been in Japan 6 years. I had worked in 2 of the best quality companies in the world. I had been on quality circles of dozens of sorts for hundreds of hours. It was just a very normal part of my life, a very boring part, to tell you the truth. Um, I felt a need at General Motors. It was obvious that PhDs were a stupid person's system for delivering new technologies to a workforce. It was all based on snobbery and eliteness from elite colleges. That just delays everything and slows down progress. It doesn't help speed up anything. So if you subtract all that snobbery and male monkey hierarchy and eliteness out that the MBAs put into everything, if you just subtract all that MBA goo out, you get a fast, lean, low, middle management, non-risky, non-complicated way to get new technology out there testing and doing things people need. And so it was without effort, without insight. I just did the obvious. I was a master of certain Japanese contexts, located in an American General Motors context, and I did things that were obvious, commonsensical, and natural to me. The people around me did not have those Japanese contexts, and they thought it was radical to have a non-PhD, 400 work groups scattered all over the company way to introduce an advanced software technology to a workforce, instead of giving some 20 elite PhDs 2 years to make some complicated, gigantic $3 million system that scared the hell out of every divisional manager because they feared it would blow up or cost too much or be too difficult and expensive to maintain. And my little circles were making $300,000 systems in 18 months that were non-risky, non-complicated. Everybody understood. All the knowledge was local. No PhDs involved. A very creative solution, and no creativity done by me at all. Nothing. Not the single slightest thing that I did was creative. But the result was creative. That's the power of difference. That's what this is about.